Welcome everyone. Today we will continue with our series of research methodology. So this course has been guided by the book of research methodology which has been written by C.R. Kothari and Gaurav Garg. So we are doing the first chapter, that is introduction, part 4. In this part we will see the difference between research methodology and research method. If you, if you want to download the PDF of this lecture, you can go to the Telegram channel Impactica Classe. From there, you can download the PDF of this lecture. And if you want to see the rest of the videos, as you can see, this is part 4. So if you want to see the previous 3 videos of this series, you can go to the description and over there you will find a link for the playlist and you can watch the rest of the videos. So let's start the chapter. So first we will understand research method. Research method is any process which helps us in the process of doing research. I've explained this in detail in part 1, but we will do it from the basic in this one also. So there is no problem in understanding the differences. So research method, any method which we apply that will help us in our research is known as research method. Like each one of them, starting from the research problem, hypothesis, collection of data, analysis of data, conclusion, this all are research method. So first we will start with the research problem. So we will understand here with an example. Research problem is anything specified to your active field or the field in which you are doing the research. For example, over here we can take um, mm, that the student performance, students are not performing good in their exams. Students bad performance in their exam. Now you have these research problems, that why the students of a particular class are performing bad in their exam. For this, first you have to find a problem. So this is your problem. Second, you have to make an hypothesis. What is hypothesis? So hypothesis is a statement which the researcher makes. The hypothesis is a statement which the researcher makes before starting the research. This hypothesis gives the researcher a particular direction in which he can move forward. So in hypothesis, what you can say, students are performing bad in their exam because of what? Because they are weak in math. For example, you have made the hypothesis that they are weak in which subject? So they are weak in the subject mathematics. So this is your hypothesis. Now to prove your hypothesis, what you will do? You will collect data. What is data? So data is nothing but information. Whenever you collect data, you are collecting information. So you will collect the mark sheet of all the students. So there will be different subjects, like there will be history, there will be geography, science, math, environment science, and other subjects. So in this, you can see that the average marks that the class has brought in history is 70. Average marks in geography is 60. Average marks in science that they have got is 50. And average marks that they have got in math is 40. And in environment science, they have got 80 marks. So this is the average marks of the students that they have got. So now your third step is complete, that is collection of your data. Next step is analyze your data. So what do you mean by analyze your data? So in previous step we have collected the data. So in this step we will understand what is the message given by the data. So over here you can clearly see that the most problem that the students are having is in the subject of mathematics. The most problem, you will analyze this data and you will find out the result, and from the result it is really very clear that the most problem that the students are having is in mathematics. At last you will do a conclusion. At last what you will do? You will do a conclusion. So in conclusion you can see that the students are weak in mathematics, but you can also highlight the fact that the students are overall weak in all the science subjects. So considering PCM, changing the faculty for PCM or providing the students better books for PCM subjects will help them to increase their marks. This you can give in your conclusion. What is conclusion? That the final understanding from which you have after collecting the data, analyzing the data, the final thing which you have understood it after doing the research is called conclusion. So there are these 5 steps, and each of this step is a research method. Research problem is a research method. Second one is a hypothesis research method. Collection of data will be a research method. Analyzing data will be a research method. And finding out the conclusion is a research method. So when all of this research method come together, they form research methodology. Separately, these all are called research methods. Separately, these all are called research methods. But when they are brought together, they are called research methodology. Let's understand by a simple example. Suppose there is a fan and there is a fan and there is a table. There is a chair. There is a bed. And there is a sofa. So all of these are individual units. But when they come together, what they form? So they form, you can say, they will form a room. Okay. So in room, you will find all these things. So like that, everything, research problem, hypothesis, collection of data, analysis of data are all individual units of research method. But when we organize them in a systematic way and carry out our research, the whole thing is known as research methodology. I hope you have understood this chapter very nicely, and you have any questions, you can comment them, and it is a big motivation for me also when you send a comment. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you so much.